You guys need to pay attention right now because what I'm going to show you and talk about pisses me off, and it's probably going to piss you off too. I've been sitting on this for a few days trying to figure out how to even talk about it without getting my channel absolutely nuked, because honestly, it's devastating what's happening, but screw it. You know, somebody's got to talk about it. And if everyone's paying attention to the Candace Owens stuff and the Charlie Kirk, and albeit that deserves attention. However, there's something else happening behind the scenes that only a few people are talking about right now, and I'm going to start talking about it. It's $108 billion. That is the number. That's how much money that is being thrown around right now to buy up Warner Brothers, HBO, CNN, DC Comics, and merge it all with Paramount, okay? CBS, all of it. It's all under one guy. And this one dude, you probably heard his name, he's literally coordinating with the Israeli military to run surveillance operations on American citizens. I've seen the emails, they're leaked, they're public, and nobody's talking about this. David Ellison, his daddy is Larry Ellison, worth $300 billion, who founded Oracle, one of the richest human beings to live, and little David just took over Paramount just a few months ago. Now he wants to buy Warner Brothers too. And this is where it gets sick, okay? On December of 2015, there was an email chain where leaked documents in this archive called Handala, where David Ellison gets introduced to Benny Gantz. You probably heard of him. You know who Benny Gantz is? He's the head of the Israeli Defense Force, okay? The IDF, the top military commander. He later becomes Israel's defense minister. And this is a foreign military leader. And the email literally says, Benny, meet David. David, meet Benny. I told David about your 12 tribes idea, and he seems very interested. Now, the 12 tribes idea, you want to know what that is? It's a plan to get 12 billionaires to put up $1 million each to fund, and I'm reading directly from the documents here, state-of-the-art cyber technology as a soft weapon. Against who? Who do you think that's against? It's against Americans. It's against you, me, American activists, people on American soil exercising their First Amendment rights. And they wanted to use Israeli intelligence firms to do so. And they're doing it. Now, they literally discuss Black Cube in this email, or in these emails. Black Cube, the Mossad-connected private spy firm that got busted surveilling Harvey Weinstein's victims, the same people, they're talking about hiring them. And this guy is the one who controls CBS News. This guy is about to own CNN. This guy is going to decide what stories get told to you about the Middle East, about Israel, about anything. You think that's an accident? Come on, man. Look at what he did the second he took over Paramount. First thing is that he pays $150 million to hire Bari Weiss as the editor-in-chief of CBS News. Bari Weiss, the woman who calls herself a proud Zionist, who built her whole career defending Israel no matter what, she's now the top editorial voice at CBS, and she reports directly to Ellison. Not to anyone at CBS, to him. Why? Why would that be? Then, and this is insane, Variety comes out and reports that Paramount has created a blacklist, a literal blacklist of actors they will not work with because they've criticized Israel. They're calling them overly anti-Semitic for signing a letter about Gaza. Emma Stone is on that list. Joaquin Phoenix. These are A-list actors being blacklisted because they have opinions. Opinions about a foreign government's military operations that they should have a right to an opinion to. And in America, in 2025, we're doing blacklists now? Again? After we just fended off the left and all this propaganda BS from Facebook and Twitter and all that? Now, Paramount was the only studio, the only one, to publicly attack the letter. Every other studio stayed quiet. Paramount came out swinging. Now we know why. So now this dude wants more. He wants Warner Brothers. He wants HBO. He wants CNN. And guess who's funding it? Jared Kushner's investment fund, the Saudi Sovereign Fund. Okay? The Saudi Sovereign Wealth Fund. Qatar, Abu Dhabi, foreign money pouring in to American media so one family can, with documented ties to Israeli intelligence operations, can control what you see, what you hear. I want you to really think about this. If this deal goes through, the Ellison family controls CBS News, CNN, HBO, Warner Brothers Studios, Paramount Pictures, DC Comics. That's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, two of the biggest streaming platforms, the news you watch, the movies that we grew up on as kids, and the ones that your kids are growing up watching now. The superheroes that shaped how we think about right and wrong. All of it. One family with these connections. And people wonder why every news network sounds the same, why you can't criticize certain things without getting deplatformed, why there's a massive disconnect between the people that are regular thinking people and what the media tells us we're supposed to think or they want us to think. This is why. This is why. And AIPAC, the Israel lobby, who spent over $100 million, probably way more than that, undocumented, on the 2024 elections, the FEC data says it, public record. Okay? They took out Jamal Bowman. They took out Cori Bush. Any politician that stands in their way or gets out of line on Israel gets primaried with unlimited money. Just go look at what they've been doing to Thomas Massie, what they did with Bowman and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Before anyone says it, no, this isn't just about Jewish people. I'm talking about Israeli government, okay? A foreign state running influence operations in America. There are tons of Jewish people who are against what Netanyahu is doing. This is not a religious issue, okay? This is people who are against, that are Jewish, against what Netanyahu is doing, against who AIPAC is trying to endorse and what they're actually doing to American politicians. They think this is insane too, okay? So this isn't about Jews. This is about Israeli military operations infiltrating the United States. This is about foreign government buying influence over what Americans see and hear. If China was to do this, it would be on every front page. If Russia were to do this, Congress would be holding hearings all day until they figured out a solution. But Israel does it, and we're supposed to be pretending like it never happens. We're supposed to not even talk about it, and if we do, then we get labeled as anti-Semitic. If you're not a naturalized citizen here in the United States, and maybe you had gotten your citizenship, now all of a sudden you could possibly get it taken away. Larry Ellison literally hosted Netanyahu on his private island in Hawaii in 2022. His private island. They're personal friends. He's donated over $16 million to friends in the IDF. That's the fundraising arm for the Israeli military, the largest single gift in the organization's entire history. $16 million to friends of the IDF. And his son, who's about to own half of the American media empire, Elizabeth Warren. And look, I don't agree with her on much, but she called this deal the 5-alarm fire because of the foreign money involved. She's right, though. This should be getting shut down by regulators, but it won't be, and it's not. You know why? Because the people who would cover the story work for the guy who's doing the deal. So what are you going to do in that situation? Quit your job? Quit your six-figure job? Your $250,000 job? Your $150,000 job? Your $5 million job? So CBS isn't going to investigate their own owner. CNN will not investigate their future owner. So it falls on us, people with cameras and internet connections who are willing to actually read the documents. I'm going to put sources in the description. The Jack Paulson investigation with the actual emails, okay? The SEC filings on the hostile bid, the Variety report on the blacklist, the FEC data on AIPAC spending, all of it. Go verify it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. It doesn't matter what I say, to be honest. But I got to raise awareness. This deal takes 12 months to get regulatory approval. So that's our window, 12 months to make noise, enough noise that they just hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know if there's anything we can do, but we can try to not let it get slid through. Share this video. I'm serious. YouTube is going to suppress this. You know how they do. If they think people are going to need to see it, they're going to suppress it. And you have to be the ones to push it. Send it to people. Post it in places. Think about this. If we are, all of a sudden, we're being overrun with this need to have all of these other people in our country, the need to feel sorry for all of these other people pouring into our country. There's an agenda behind everything that they're doing. The agenda is to confuse the American public. Now, imagine if Israel, okay, if Israel is not They don't want anybody else in their culture, in their state, in their government, in any of that. They want just Israeli Jewish Zionists. That's what they really want. That's all they're going to take. They do terrible things to Christians. They do terrible things to foreigners and Muslims. They don't like them whatsoever. They don't want to have any of those people in their country. But when it comes to our country, we have to just accept everything that they say and everything that they want us to want. What we want, they don't want us to have. They want it to be their way. Why? Why is this small population of 10 to 15 million people just overtaking the entire world? And pushing their agenda on everyone else. Why do you think that Netanyahu lightened the gas on Gaza? Why do you think that they let up on Gaza? Because they wanted to get us off of their backs, so much terrible media and presence that now, after they let the gas off of Gaza, what do? They go and swoop in. They buy TikTok. They buy Paramount. Now they're trying to buy Warner Brothers with $108 billion. Netflix offered, I think, $83 billion, and they came in swinging $20 billion more, $25 billion more. So this has to be shared and talked about. Send it to the people that you care about, that are open to listening to this stuff, and also to people that you have controversy over this topic with. So once they own everything, once it's all consolidated under one roof, it's over. It's game over. They've already started. I don't care about the views. I care about people knowing what's actually happening. Because once they own everything, I'm telling you, it's over. They'll just not cover the things that we need to hear, some shit that we need to know about. That's the play. Let off the gas on the violence, go and sneak by everything that they can to take over as a propaganda machine and run the entire media conglomerate. So I hope you wake up. Honestly, I'm going to put some links in the description down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.